Hey, this is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling with Platinum versus NXT from December 2020. Well, while AEW's been getting a lot of the hullabaloo and the wrestling news cycle because of their thing with Impact and the arrival of Sting, NXT very quietly has become the most consistently good show out of the three WWE shows. I will say that the Roman Reigns angle on SmackDown is my favorite thing that anybody is doing anywhere. But NXT is coming off of a very good War Games pay-per-view that I enjoyed very much, with what I can only describe as a very good show to sort of reset, rebuild, and continue to go. Aspirations of beating AEW now seem very far-fetched, but that doesn't mean they can't do a good show, and they most certainly did. Finn Balor is out, NXT champion, and he says team sports is over. Champ is back. People love it. He kind of does an indirect open challenge, and out comes Pete Dunne. And they're talking. And out comes Kyle O'Reilly. And then out comes Damian Priest. All right, this is my main critique, if you want to call it that, of NXT. It feels like the other WWE shows, down to these sort of tired fucking tropes. They need to stay away from them. It's a place... God, it just feels like they're setting themselves up for failure by having shows that look and feel exactly the same, just with smaller budgets, which NXT is going to have the smallest budget of them all. So it's going to just look like a low-rent version of Raw or SmackDown. When they can do something, as much as I might disagree with a lot of what Eric Bischoff says, he says something very smart in Controversy Creates Cash, his book. And that thing is this: you can be the better, you can be worse, or you can be different. NXT cannot, in many ways, be better than the other WWE shows, but it behooves them to always be different. And anytime I get that whiff of, we're going to start with this promo thing and people interrupting promos and all this kind of nonsense. The music of Karrion Kross starts to play, however, in the midst of all this bric-a-brac. And people pop. Scarlett comes down to the stage. Finn Balor tells Scarlett, when he's ready, Finn is ready. And there we go. Then they sort of belittle her and belittle Kross, Priest does. And again, it's just nothing is... I don't know, man. I just... Fuck. I love the idea of what they're trying to do, but everything feels like it's working against itself. And quite frankly, it's boring as shit compared to what's going on the competition. Get our first match. Jake Atlas against Isaiah Swerve Scott. Really good match. You can't take anything away from the ring work most of the time at NXT. Jake Atlas wins. Scott's shocked about it. Atlas offers his hand for a shake, but Scott ignores that and exits. Ciampa is in the back. Again, these backstage, I'm walking in the back fucking things. Can't they find some other way to do this? I wish they would. I just am of the mind that NXT will always be seen as the B and C and D show if they do the same tropes as Raw and SmackDown always do, except with a smaller budget. It is a not winning proposition. Ciampa interacts with Grimes. Great. Go to commercial. Come back. Imperium versus Everrise versus the Grizzled Young Veterans. Again, fucking good shit. I was hoping the Grizzled Young Vets would win and not with a roll-up, and they won with their move, not with a roll-up. Great shit. Then we do this video package, Casualty of War Games. It's one of these things that conceptually is an interesting idea, right? But it's hard to think of what's directly beneficial about it, but I don't hate it. And again, it's different. It's not something you'd see on Raw and SmackDown. And so for that reason alone, I'm going to give it a pass. But it's kind of unclear what they're doing it for besides just sort of like an atmospheric thing. It's interesting. Kenzie Mitchell is back there with Toni Storm. Why'd you turn on Ember Moon? She was in the wrong place and wrong time. Oh. Io Shirai shows up when she starts talking about the title. Shirai attacks Storm. What? Okay. Babyface heel. Bah. They're really beating each other up. Shirai goes for the moonsault, but Storm retreats. Ember Moon runs down and attacks. Throws Storm into the steel steps. Again, faces heels, guys. Oh well. Moon talks some shit. Throws Storm in the ring. Shirai nails the moonsault. Okay. Babyfaces double team a heel. I mean, what I'm saying makes fucking sense, right? I do love NXT. I love the ring work. But man, I mean, why can't shit just make fucking sense? Cameron Grimes against Ciampa. And another thing that NXT is taking from Raw and SmackDown, by and large, is we're making the show as we go along. They never have anything in fucking advance. It's always like, we have a confrontation. I'll see you later for a match. That's like the whole fucking show. Ugh. The ring work is stellar. I like this. I like Ciampa, of course. Timothy Thatcher in a chair watching him. Great. Grimes not being involved with fucking Dexter Lumis anymore. That's great too. Ciampa wins. Yeah. Thatcher stares. Then they yell. Thatcher grabs Grimes' ankle and twists it, sending him to the ground. Mackenzie's back there with Gonzalez. War Games was the biggest night in her career. Dakota Kai's sitting at home because of what Ember Moon did to her. Moon will regret ever coming back to NXT. Okay, cool. We see Gargano, Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell, and I believe Austin Theory walking backstage. And then we go to commercial. Fuck! People are walking. Commercial. Terrible. The fucking Sealy Boa thing of you're going to punch this until your hands bleed and I'm going to hit you with kendo sticks. Fucking weird, but I fucking like it. And they're keeping it and they're escalating it every time. That's what you're supposed to do with vignettes. Great. And now we're back out in the ring. And then, it was Gargano, LeRae, Austin Theory, and Indy Hartwell. He's wearing that neck brace. Oh no, is Mike Brady going to throw a suitcase next to her to see if the injury is real? Shout out to Brady Bunch fans, motherfucker. Gargano takes that mic. We're the present. It's a fine promo, but it's, Theory chiming in with the comedy bullshit is fucking weird, but I laugh. Because it's just so what? And then they go back to bragging. And then there's a trophy with a baby doll head on top. It's supposed to be Shotzi's Blackheart's head. It's very underwhelming. What the fuck? They do some more comedy. Man. Great. This really does feel like sort of an exercise, like sort of a workshop where they kind of try stuff out, except it's a show. That's another knock on NXT, which is tough because you want to love it, and then you just go like, yeah, but it's not. It doesn't feel like a real wrestling show in a lot of ways. It does. It feels like things are being workshopped, which works when it was clearly that this is the developmental league, but now that they're purporting that it's its own entity, I don't know. It's just strange to me. All right. Karrion Kross attacking. That's exciting shit. He destroys Priest. People go nuts. Cross goes out to the parking lot. He gets in his Challenger. Scarlett's waiting in the passenger seat. Cross looks at her, and I was just like, oh, God, don't laugh. And she laughs. Oh, Jesus. oh, Harlequin to my Joker. Mackenzie stopping Tyler Rust. What about these attacks, bro? Malcolm Bivens interrupts. And it's been a week since he gave his business card to him. We should talk business. We got Pete Dunne versus Killian Dane. I would expect Dunne's going to win this. It's a very good match. And Pete Dunne wins with his finisher. Good shit. Mackenzie's interviewing Leon Ruff. He's worried that Damian Priest won't be ready for the tag match. Gargano and Theory walk in. Cracks jokes about Priest being hurt by Karrion Kross. And he's sure Ruff is a brave little soldier and be able to take them on 2-1 next week. As Gargano walks off, Kushida approaches Ruff. Kushida says he will team with Ruff next week. Kushida stares ahead at Gargano and Theory walking away. And we go to commercial. Back from the break, we get a promo for NXT's New Year's Evil special on January 6th. By the way, AEW Dynamite, they got a bunch of shit coming up. Like every Wednesday till the end of the year feels like a big fucking deal. Raquel Gonzalez versus Ember Moon. Great shit. Great shit. Super great match. It is the one place where they clearly excel over AEW Dynamite right now. The action betwixt the women is fucking good and solid, and when they put them in the main event, they feel very worthy of it, and they always rise to the occasion. Raquel Gonzalez wins. She has her moment. Then Ripley faces off with her. It feels exciting. For the first time in the show, it feels like a confrontation I really want to see. Gonzalez backs out of the ring. Ripley tells her to get in the ring. Fans boo at Gonzalez like they're supposed to, but Gonzalez stares at Ripley. It's great. Fuck yeah. At least that ending made up for a lot of the choppy weirdness and blandness of the rest of the show. And that has nothing to do with in-ring action. That's just the other shit that I talked about and addressed. Teachable moments, though, are they not? This has been Platinum versus NXT from December 9th, 2020. And I'm Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling.